Opening in theaters this week, courtesy of A24 in the United States and VVS Films in Canada, is the horror movie Pearl, and here's my review. With the film X, Ty West sought to pay tribute to 70s grindhouse pictures. In an interesting move, he decided to make a prequel showing the younger days of that film's villain. Helped by an incredible lead performance from Mia Goth, Pearl is an occasionally funny period piece that manages to explore the state of its title character. It takes some wild turns and does not take itself too seriously, while still crafting some effective horror scenes. From the opening frames, West is clearly seeking to evoke that classic Technicolor look, and that's one reason the film works. He has an understanding of that era of filmmaking while still giving himself the freedom to tell the story he wants. He also uses the 1918 setting to depict the escape people sought of the silent movie houses, allowing audiences to experience images they could not see in this small town. Even though this is a prequel to X, he's not overt about that, although there are a few connecting tissues, like Pearl finding out about the secret pornographic films being made at the time, showing that there were always filmmakers who sought to bring that sort of material to the medium. Mia Goth is the star of the show with an excellent performance that digs into this farm girl. She's able to make her strangely sympathetic at times, especially when she deals with an overbearing mother. This clearly has a mental effect on her, although that certainly does not absolve her of the horrible acts she commits. Goth is able to depict Pearl turning on a dime, and it all makes logical sense for the character and what we know about her. The relationship she starts of a projectionist winds up an interesting subplot, and David Cornsweet does well in depicting his changing attitude towards this young woman. Even though this is a horror film, Pearl is also very funny. Wes handles that balancing act well as the tonal changes feel natural, and the over-the-top nature of the comedy fits with Pearl's actions. An interesting element of the film, being set in 1918, is how it utilizes the Spanish flu epidemic. Most films set around that time don't focus on that event too much, but with this movie being made in the middle of our current pandemic, it makes sense it would be on West's mind. The parallels are certainly obvious, but it also does play a key role in the story, especially the mother's behavior. Pearl is ridiculous in all the best ways, with Ty West also turning into a character study. Despite being a prequel to X, the tone and intent are very different. Mia Goth absolutely commands the screen for a performance that digs into this character and gives an indication of what led her down the path that resulted in her murderous actions in X. It's easy to imagine West making more films with Pearl leading up to the events of that first film. However, this movie more than works on its own as an absurd comedy with sizable portions of dyed corn syrup. If you can get on the film's wavelength, the result is certainly a wild ride.